Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Boruto Chapter 39. When we last left our heroes, things weren't going great. Naruto and Sasuke lost to Jigen. Naruto is sealed away inside this little tea kettle thing that's very reminiscent of Shikaku's outfit during the One Tail Escort arc in the anime. Sasuke is beat up, but is in the Leaf Village with Sakura, presumably to tell everyone what the fuck is going on. Kawaki's hand is no longer working because he's lost access to Naruto's chakra. And also we found out that Jigen is not Jigen. That he is being possessed by an Otsutsuki named Ishiki, who we kind of figured from a couple chapters ago is Kaguya's partner. And maybe his plan is the same as every Otsutsuki's plan. I'm really hoping that it's not the same as every Otsutsuki's plan. Because I'm kind of tired of the whole make a chakra fruit and eat it being every Otsutsuki's plan. But anyway, let's jump right on into Chapter 39, Proof. We have this really great, simplistic cover of Kawaki, just like holding his hand out. It's very reminiscent of last month's Jigen cover, the same kind of just Kawaki alone on the fairly plain like star background. I think last chapter had that star background, which is very, fitting given that we know that Jigen is also a vessel for Ishiki. It's kind of comparing Jigen and Kawaki as the two Ishiki vessels. Anyway, we open where we left off with Kawaki's hand dropped, Naruto's portrait shattered because he was holding it in the hand. And he looks down at it. Lord Seventh, and Sarada, who had just arrived at the end of last month, takes off her shoes as she comes into the house. Good on Sarada. Even when the shit is going down, she still holds on to customs. Good for her. Hey! And she goes up to Kawaki, who's collapsed. What happened, Kawaki? Where's Lord Seventh? And Kawaki is silent. Master Ino was saying that an enemy attacked. I love that Ino gets Master Ino. Like, good for her. Did Lord Seventh go off somewhere with them? And Kawaki doesn't say anything. Answer me, Kawaki. And just then Boruto and Mitsuki show up. Sarada! Oh, phew, Kawaki's safe. My karma suddenly started acting up, so I thought something had happened. You got me worried. And Sarada turns to him. But Boruto, Lord Seventh, he's missing. Huh? And just then we see a shadow come in and shadow paralysis Kawaki. Ugh, this is... And we see Shikamaru and a bunch of Jonin on the roof. Shadow paralysis jutsu. This is the second time I'm using it on you, Kawaki. Master Shikamaru? And Mitsuki looks at them. This is turning into a big deal. According to the sensory unit, the enemy suddenly appeared here, and then disappeared along with Lord Seventh. You were present, weren't you, Kawaki? I'll have you explain to us what went down. And Kawaki just, looks at him. Toski. Yes, sir. We see this Toski guy. Him and a bunch of other dudes do the same kind of, purple fire ceiling square that the third Hokage did to Orochimaru way back in the Chunin exams. There's a blast from the past. What the? It's a barrier. Looks like we've all been sealed inside. And Shikamaru jumps down. That's right, I had them put up a barrier. None of you can come or go now without my say-so. While it's meant to prevent Kawaki from fleeing, it will also thwart any enemy reinforcements. Shikamaru, that's not how this is going to work, because Jigen can show up from Kawaki. And Shikamaru turns to some of the Jonin. Search inside and outside the house in pairs. Look for any traces of Lord Seventh and the enemy. Roger. Then he turns back to Kawaki. Now then. And he undoes the paralysis, and Kawaki is shocked by that. I'll respect Lord Seventh's treatment of you and not restrain you. You can move around as you like in here, as long as you don't try anything stupid. Now tell me what happened, Kawaki. And Kawaki pauses for a second and then starts talking. The enemy was Jigen. He's the de facto leader of Kara. He suddenly appeared in front of me. Suddenly appeared? What do you mean? That's Boruto talking. Shikamaru responds, the sensory unit reported the same thing to me. So this is a special ability that's unique to Jigen? I don't know, but my karma started hurting and formed a pattern I'd never seen before. And then there was a crack or something in the air, and it seemed like he emerged from it. Sounds like space-time ninjutsu. Damn it. What a bother. So I guess that means that Jigen didn't spawn from the... Or didn't, appear from the karma himself... From the karma itself, maybe? And it was more like the... Maybe that was the interaction of Jigen getting closer that caused Kawaki's karma to act the way it did. But if it was a pattern he'd never seen before, I mean, he had many an interaction with Jigen in the past, so I don't know if that would track, actually. I don't know. Anyway. But I thought the enemy was after you, Kawaki. Why take Lord Seventh? Because Lord Seventh interfered. It's simple. Jigen took him away in order to eliminate him. And then Shikamaru pipes in, space-time ninjutsu isn't something that just anybody can perform. Lord Seventh should be a tough opponent for Jigen, but if Jigen were just planning to dump him in another dimension, it should only take a minute. Which was Jigen's plan, until, Sasuke intervened. No way! Dad! But Mitsuki cuts through. However, in that case, shouldn't Jigen have returned immediately to come after Kawaki? Indeed. And since he hasn't, they're still fighting somewhere. Or, if we're lucky, Naruto has taken down Jigen, and he doesn't have a way to return here on his own. If only. Oh, but what about old man Sasuke? He can go find Dad using space-time ninjutsu, right? That's our only hope. It's just that we haven't heard from him since he left on his most recent mission. So we can only pray he's okay and wait for him to return. And that makes Boruto stop. No way. Kawaki, is that all you have to report? Huh? I'm asking if there's anything you're hiding. Like, you're deceiving us, for example. Master Shikamaru, what are you... I'll be honest with you. I don't trust you at all. Never have. Right from the get-go. So this is something I kind of wanted to bring up. I know there is a light novel that has not been adapted into an anime, and I had not read it. I don't even know if it's available in English. That's set right after or during the Mujina arc. That features Shikamaru plotting an assassination or something. I have not actually read the book, so it may be very, very off there. But it's a very different depiction of Shikamaru than... It's the first time we've really seen that version of Shikamaru in the manga. We saw this kind of skeptical of Kawaki, but this really hardline, not Danzo certainly, but kind of with Shikamaru talking like this, and with that assassination story that's in a light novel somewhere. I can see the steps Shikamaru takes to become the Danzo to Naruto's Hiruzen. Not saying that I think that will happen. I don't really think it will. But I can see how it might happen. Or how Danzo could become, Danzo. Anyway, back to the story. How can you say that, old man Shikamaru? I can't help thinking that you're just a member of Kara, and a spy that was sent into Konoha in order to destroy it. He is not the member of Kara that's in Konoha, Shikamaru. That would be Koji, who's somewhere right now. Sure, I could come up with countless conspiracy theories, but it's also true that there's no conclusive evidence to the contrary. And with Lord Seventh suddenly gone, my misgivings only grow deeper. Kawaki responds, I can't fault your logic. It does make sense. So what do you want me to do? With the Hokage absent, the decision of what to do with you falls to me, his advisor. House arrest within this barrier should be enough for now. At least until we obtain proof that you're not a spy. House arrest? Boruto protests. That's way too extreme. Boruto, I'm okay with it. I mean, it really is my fault that all this happened. And it's better than incarceration. And Boruto looks back at him. You sure? Thanks for being cooperative. It's for the good of everyone in the village. It's not personal. And Boruto looks back at him. Kawaki? And Kawaki looks at the hand that's, no longer working because Naruto's not there. And he pauses. Then we cut to the wall. To the outer wall. Where Kashin Koji is standing, looking down at the village. Damn it, Jigen. But this is odd. Even if they'd ended up fighting over there, it should have concluded long ago. And yet he hasn't returned. Meaning, did Naruto defeat Jigen? No, there's not even a sliver of a chance of that. And let's say Uchiha Sasuke happened to show up. They still have minimal chances of winning. Nevertheless, considering that Jigen hasn't come back for Kawaki, Maybe he can't. He expended too much chakra, so he went back to the base instead. It's not completely impossible, in which case this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I might actually be able to take Jigen down myself. Okay. I feel like the reveal that Koji is like trying to take down Jigen is just gonna bring back the Jiraiya conspiracy theorists. And please don't bring back the Jiraiya conspiracy theorists. I don't want to deal with that again. I still think it's a really bad move to make Koji Jiraiya because Jiraiya's death is so good. And I feel like it would belittle all of the emotions that caused Naruto if he was alive the whole time. Also, why would he go in... I mean, I guess he might go in hiding if he was tracking down Ishiki, if Ishiki's been active this whole time. Again, there are so many things that may or may not make him Jiraiya. Nothing to say on that other than let's read the manga. Anyway, I might actually be able to take Jigen down myself. It's worth me heading back at least. And then back at the base, what's the scientist name? Code, I think? Code is like sighing on smoking his cigarettes. You had too much fun out there, Jigen. You have almost 0 chakra left. It'll take 2 whole days to reach full tank again. So this is the perfect time for Koji to show up if he's going to try to kill Jigen. It's a bad habit of mine. I got happy and ended up getting carried away. And Code looks at him again. What's there to be happy about? Kawaki, naturally. What else is there? His karma is ripening at an astonishing pace. He's no longer just a simple, incomplete vessel. He shall awaken as a perfect Otsutsuki. And Code pauses before responding. That's great. Is it due to the strong resonance from Uzumaki Boruto's karma? I suspect so. Kawaki's has progressed so much. Boruto's must be developing quite a bit as well. They'll likely both become powerful Otsutsuki. Heh. A gigantic divine tree shall grow, huge enough to devour all life on this planet. Alright, it looks like we're doing this again. Another fucking divine tree. I mean, you're lucky. You are lucky, Kodachi, that everything else in the series is working so damn well. Because this is the same goal that, Momoshiki had. It's the same goal that Kaguya had. I mean, there's still plenty of intrigue around Ishiki. We know he's paired with Kaguya, so what happened there? Are we going to have to throw out the anime's flashback as non-canon now? I don't know. So there's enough that's just not just a full-on retread, especially, with the talk of vessels and taking over things. It's very different from what Momo and what Kaguya did. But still, we have seen this plot line before. Anyway, moving on. I realize I'm like 13 and a half minutes into this video, and I'm not even halfway through the chapter. So, really, really sorry. This video is going to go on for a while, I reckon. Don't worry, Amado. Oh, it's Amado, not Code. Is Code a member of Kara? I vaguely remember him being... Yeah, he's someone. I've jumped to the wiki right now. Yeah, okay, I remember Code now. He just hasn't done very much. He's, that kind of, I'm trying to find the phrase to describe him. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get distracted again, and I'm not having that, because again, we are 14 minutes into the video. Anyway, where was I? Don't worry, Amado. Everyone's wishes will be granted, including yours, of course. So actually, it seemed like there is something else going on here. So, talk of wishes. I mean, it can't just be the Infinite Tsukuyomi, because they'd have to know what the Infinite Tsukuyomi means. If it means they're going to be white Zetsus. So I don't know. Yeah. And then we see that Delta showed up. I don't know if she was there the entire time, but we just see her for the first time. And Amado looks at her. Huh? What are you staring at, geezer? You're creeping me out. And Amado does not even respond to her. I'm counting on it, Jigen. And then we're back in the barrier. Boruto's yelling. No, I refuse to believe that Kawaki's a spy. Shut up. I never said I decided he was. But since we can't disprove it either, I can't just let him run around free. He even sacrificed his right arm to save Himawari and Dad. He could have died if it had gone wrong. Would a spy do such a thing? I heard Kara's scientists might have the ability to fix it. It'd be a good ploy to win our trust. Plus, if he were one of the enemy and it was part of the plan, they wouldn't kill him. And Boruto can't really counter that. And he turns back to Kawaki and looks at him. Well, Naruto will be the one to make the final decision if you return safely, but so long as we don't find definitive proof otherwise, this is my call. And Boruto turns back to him. We see that Kawaki is holding the hand that Naruto gave him. And both Sarada and Mitsuki look at him as Kawaki flashes back to Naruto. My name is Uzumaki Naruto. I'm what's called the Hokage, the leader of this village. He flashes back to Naruto giving him the hand. The real essence of chakra is that it's a binding force. We're all linked, in no small measure, through chakra. And then he sees Jigen. You have nothing. You are empty. There is a hole in your heart. Nothing you gain can ever fill it. It'll just spill right out of that hole. We're seeing a very clear, contrast. It's setting up a very distinct dichotomy between Kawaki's two, I guess, father figures. Jigen does very much, call himself Kawaki's father in a flashback many chapters ago. I don't remember how long ago that was. And then Naruto does act very paternal towards him. So the dichotomy does make a lot of sense. And we see, contrasting that, your worthless style of parenting from Jigen, we have, Naruto hugging Kawaki. Relax, Kawaki. You're safe now. And Kawaki starts breathing super heavily. And Sarada looks at him. Kawaki? Why? Why has Lord Seventh been so kind to me? And both Sarada and Mitsuki look at him. Why is he willing to look me straight in the eye? Let's just say, you remind me a lot of me as a kid, and that makes me want to take care of you, okay? Why? Yeah, Sarada responds, as if you're actual family, right? Both Kawaki and Mitsuki look to her. There have been times I wondered for real how much better my life might be if Lord Seventh were my dad. And Kawaki looks at her. I was so jealous of Boruto and annoyed at his constant griping, his ignorance of being so blessed. But you see, to Lord Seventh, everyone in the village is family. That's who he is. And you just feel safe in his presence. Utterly safe. I'm realizing now I really should have brought my water bottle here because my voice is so hoarse, my mouth is so dry right now. Anyway, back to Boruto and Shikamaru. Never mind. Yeesh, you're the bother. You blockhead old man Shikamaru. Decided you was just like Naruto as a brat. One of the Jonin exits the house. Master Shikamaru, I found something odd upstairs. Something odd? Boruto sees it. Oh. It appears to be a vase full of cracks. It was displayed prominently on Lord Seventh's desk. Couldn't it be a ninja tool for cursed jutsu? Oh boy. And Kawaki sees it. And it looks like Boruto jumps past him. And he snatches the vase. Give me a break. It's nothing like that at all. You're a Jonin. How did you come up with something so stupid? Huh? And Shikamaru looks at this rant. And Boruto, I just realized he's not actually seen the vase since Kawaki broke it. Wow, are you serious? It's completely fixed. Ha! Who would go to such lengths? You're the one who told me to fix it. Besides, it's not perfect. There's still a tiny hole. And Shikamaru looks at it. I see. So this is the infamous vase, huh? You see this, old man Shikamaru? Kawaki laboriously put the shattered thing back together. And you still want to treat him like a spy? Look, I hear you, Boruto. But just like him losing his right arm, it doesn't serve as proof that he's not a spy. Gah! Exactly how hard-headed are you? And Kawaki tries to calm him down. Give it up already, Boruto. Don't make things worse. And we see a noise comes out of, I think it's the arm. Huh? Yeah, the arm starts emitting light. Lord Seventh's prosthesis is emitting light? It's chakra. I can sense Lord Seventh's chakra. What? And Boruto, Dad? And Kawaki puts the arm back on, it connects. And he can, fully, clench his fist. It's functioning, which means Lord Seventh wasn't killed. Jigen must have knocked him unconscious, and he was just out for a while. But he's still alive. Does that mean that Naruto can still give chakra to the prosthesis through the tea kettle? Okay. Kawaki, do you mean? Yeah, no mistake. Lord Seventh's alive. Yes! Hey, what's going on? So where is Naruto? And Kawaki thinks, I sense him. Lord Seventh. Through a chakra link. And we see at his... there's a noise coming out of Kawaki's karma. Boruto, work with me! And we see that... I think that's the same still from when Jigen appeared. On Kawaki's hand. And we see this black thing... Maybe it's the space-time ninjutsu emanating from Kawaki's hand. Huh? And we see a different symbol appear on Boruto's hand. What the... but then it joins into Kawaki's little, I guess, space-time ninjutsu portal. So there's now just a full portal, just hanging out in between everybody. No one's appearing through it. No way. Space-time ninjutsu? By Boruto and Kawaki. Using the karma's power? And Boruto's just completely shocked. I'm finally starting to understand why Jigen chose me. I didn't want to admit it, but in the end I'm like him. It's the whole being on the same wavelength thing. I'm not quite sure what he means by that. But we're seeing a lot of Mitsuki and Sarada with Kawaki this chapter. There's a constant, every now and then Kawaki will say something and we'll cut specifically to Mitsuki and Sarada looking at Kawaki, which maybe means we'll be seeing a lot of them paired with Kawaki in the coming chapters. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's nauseating, but I can't deny it. Except, because of that, whatever he can do, I've got the ability to do too. And Boruto looked at him. Kawaki, come on, let's go. To rescue Lord Seventh. And Boruto looks at him. You're nothing like Jigen, Kawaki. I bet. And Kawaki kind of turns away. But all of them are then immediately shadow paralysis. Alright, I guess Shikamaru is not gonna let them have too much fun. Though this does kind of muddy things up a bit. Because after last month, I commented that, everything was starting to fit into place to explain the prologue of Chapter 1. But if they go after Naruto here, and assuming they succeed, of course, which is a big fucking if, that does kind of throw a wrench in... then Naruto is rescued, and Ishiki Kawaki won't be able to send Boruto to the place he sent the Seventh. Unless that line is saying the place he sent the Seventh, not to join the Seventh there. I don't know. Still all very vague. Anyway, so they're all shadow paralysis by Shikamaru. Shadow paralysis? And Shikamaru calls at them, who gave you permission to run off on your own? I'm just as worried about Lord Seventh as you are. Now calm yourselves and think. And Jigen... Oh no, Kawaki absorbs the shadow paralysis. Right, he can just do what Jigen can. And Shikamaru cuts it off. And Sarada comments, I can move again. Or no, that's Boruto, I think. Hurry up and go. The rift is gonna close. Kawaki calls out, tells Team 7 that. Let's go, you two. Mitsuki grabs, Snake grabs Sarada and Boruto. Huh? Wait a second. Hold! And they all jump through the portal. Leaving just Kawaki alone with Shikamaru and the Jonin. Kawaki, you... And Kawaki turns back to Shikamaru. You just need proof, right? Fine, I'll get it for you. And Shikamaru glares at him. And they all end up somewhere else. This might just be the other dimension. Maybe. I can't quite tell. All I see are rocks. Where's Dad? And Mitsuki notices someone and turns to see a guy with what I think is the tea kettle. Huh? None of you seem to be Uchiha Sasuke. Who are you? Boruto's like, who are you? But Kawaki, on the other hand, is very visibly shocked and recognizes this guy. You. If it isn't Kawaki. Oh joy. to get to run into you here. Kawaki, is that Jigen? Nope. He's Boro, another inner member of Kara. And in some ways, he's even worse news than Jigen. Next chapter hits November 20th. Alright, this was a very fun chapter, even if this video, I imagine, is going to reach the 30-minute mark at this point. Because we're already 25 minutes in, and we just finished the chapter. There's just so much to bring up here, though. This chapter is great, as Boruto almost always is. The series is really fantastic. It gets a lot of hate, but honestly, it really is that good. Anyway, I'm trying to think of if... I'm trying to divide this up into simple sections, to review one by one. I've said a lot, I spoke at great length already about Shikamaru, how I can... I don't know if this will happen, but I can kind of see the route of Shikamaru being the Danzo to Naruto's Hiruzen. Right now, I think he's at a good point. You know, both Naruto and Hiruzen can be a little idealistic, or could in the case of Hiruzen. And so I think that both of them did /do need someone to kind of, you know, temper that honest do-gooderness. And I hope I don't think Shikamaru will go full Danzo, and I really hope he doesn't. Because while I do think that Naruto needs a kind of Danzo-like figure to kind of, like, be cautious about things, I don't think he needs a Danzo, you know? I think Shikamaru right now being cautious but also admitting that maybe Naruto is right is the person that Naruto needs. And that's great. Shikamaru is fantastic. I love him. Then anyway, as I mentioned earlier, there is more fuel to the fire that Koji might be Jiraiya, because he's clearly trying to bring Jigen down. I don't think the rest of Kara is. And judging by... So I mentioned last month that maybe the rest of Kara were not aware that Jigen was an Otsutsuki. At this point, they definitely are. You know, he's openly talking about how Kawaki will become an Otsutsuki, how he's going to make a divine tree, something about wishes, which is kind of vague, but maybe the infinite Tsukuyomi, but I highly doubt it. So yeah, they're definitely aware. There's something else I want to... Oh, there's this concept that Jigen brings up in this scene of awakening as an Otsutsuki. That Kawaki and Boruto will both become Otsutsuki. You know, on page 18, they'll likely both become powerful Otsutsuki, referring to Boruto and Kawaki. And we clearly see, you know, them having more karma forms of the horns that we see Jigen sprout in his fight with Naruto and Sasuke last month. Which, like... But that's not just become more Otsutsuki-like. He's basically saying becoming an Otsutsuki? So there's still, like, plenty of questions of what exactly the Otsutsuki are. We know they're kind of alien life forms, you know, and we know that we've not really seen the main branch of the Otsutsuki. We were told that, at least in the case of Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and maybe Urashiki, his place in manga canon is still kind of vague. I do feel like the Otsutsuki world that Sasuke discovered a few months ago kind of calls into question whether or not we should take Urashiki as canon, because it has all the Otsutsukis coming in pairs, and Uda is a weird third. But that's a discussion for another time, when the anime starts adapting this material. Sorry, I've been talking for 30 straight minutes, so I cannot talk very well right now. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, there's still just a lot we don't know about the... Like, we know that Momo and Keen were sent by the main family, so I imagine the main family has to show up eventually? Because it also kind of seemed like they're going to keep sending out suits. Like, they sent Momo and Keen, like, after they learned that Kaguya has failed. So I feel like this is going to keep happening. They'll eventually find out that Momo and Keen failed, so they'll send someone else, then they'll send someone else over and over again. Eventually the main family has to be brought up. So I think that might mean that Jigen Ishiki won't be the final villain. You know, Ishiki was Kaguya's partner. So it seems like he's acting kind of outside the purview of the main family. Is my guess. Again, we know so little about the main family, it's kind of hard to say right now, but that's kind of my assumption. I don't know. You know, I complained a lot in the early days of the series about like how future focused the entire fandom was. When I felt like there, besides that one little flash forward, there was not the content to really like start thinking about the future long term. But now there's so much to dig into, and I'm loving it. There are so many possible ways this could go, and we're starting to like see them form, and it's exhilarating. The series is so good. Anyway, yeah, we see I feel like the vase is a thing that could really easily be mocked by a fandom. You know, it seems like it's so far removed from the cool ninja theatrics, but it really is like some good character work there. You know, seeing how much Kawaki has learned to like not like, especially this was more of an earlier chapter than here, but I'm really just kind of going on now. How he's like so obsessed with finishing it when, you know, he was originally so careless that he broke it, really is kind of an example of his character development, that he really is growing as a person, and why, if he is taken over by Ishiki, like the prologue suggests, it will be so tragic. Also, we see another example of his growth is how much he cares about proof. You know, he says to Shikamaru as he leaves this dimension, "You just need proof, right? Fine, I'll get it for you." You know, his goal now is proving that he can be trusted by the Leaf Village because Naruto did so much for him. God, I hated Kawaki when he was taking over the fandom in the beginning of the series, but I love this boy now. God, he's so well written. I love Kawaki so much. And the final thing to bring up is these last 2 pages. I'm a little shocked that the Naruto tea kettle is not being held in Karma's base. You know, that's what I would do, where the entire organization is, unless Jigen was aware that this would allow. Oh, here's a theory. Naruto is not being held in the base because he had already realized about the arm thing, and that Kawaki and Naruto have this chakra link going because of the arm, and so he figured that Kawaki and Boruto would then do this, use a space-time ninjutsu to come and track down Naruto, and he knew that if the 2 of them invaded the Otsutsuki base, they would not win, and they would die. And right now, it seems like Jigen's plan is to make Boruto and Kawaki, strong, so they can become these perfect Otsutskis. Anyway, that is a lot of discussion here. We're jumping into a fight with Boro, probably, next week, unless we get sidetracked by something that I can't even imagine what else there is to get sidetracked by right now. So yeah, in conclusion, read Boruto, dammit, it is so good! And that's all I have to say for this video. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself as much as I fucking did. And if you did, feel free to drop me a like, or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy. Anyway, what's my outro? Your life is your own, okay? Bye.